Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the world of Ayurveda to unpack the secrets of a plant that is so revered, it's actually known as the divine nectar of immortality. So let's get to know this hero herb, Guduchi.
Okay, so right out of the gate, we're talking about an herb with a truly legendary reputation. In Ayurveda, it's called Amrita, and that literally translates to the divine nectar of immortality. I mean, a name like that, it tells you just how incredibly powerful this plant is considered to be.
So what is this hero herb really? Before we get into all of its amazing powers, we've got to establish its true identity. And we're going to do that by exploring the many names that tell its incredible story.
Okay, so scientifically, its official name is Tinospora cordifolia. It's a type of climbing shrub. But you're about to see that its traditional names, well, they're way more descriptive and they tell you so much more. This is what I absolutely love. Each one of these Sanskrit names is like a label for a different superpower. Guduchi tells you it's a protector. Chinaruha, this one's incredible. It means it can grow back even when it's cut, which speaks to its insane resilience. Chakrangi is more of a visual clue, pointing to the wheel-like pattern you can see on its stem. And then there's Dwari. It gets right to the point. Enemy of fever. That is a major clue to one of its most famous uses.
So how does it actually do all this stuff? Well, to really get it, we need to look at its energetic profile through the lens of Ayurveda. And this is where things get really fascinating. All right, let's break this chart down. First, you've got the taste, or rasa, which is bitter and astringent. Then you have its qualities, or guna. It's considered light and oily. Now its potency, or virya, is hot. But, and here's the twist, its vipaka, which is the effect after you digest it, is sweet. And that right there, that's the key to its magic.
So here it is, the paradox that makes Guduchi so special. You're probably thinking, how can something with a hot potency relieve a burning sensation? Well, the secret is all in that post-digestive effect. Because it becomes sweet after digestion, it ends up having a cooling, soothing effect that perfectly balances out its initial heat. It's this incredible dual action that allows it to balance all three of the body's core energies, or doshas, vata, pitta, and kapha. With a profile that powerful and that balanced, you can bet this herb has been sent on a lot of health missions over the centuries. So let's take a look at its most important jobs.
This chart really shows you its range. I mean, it's used for everything from boosting immunity to helping with skin conditions. But its real claim to fame, its main event, is managing fevers. Now get this, it's an ingredient in roughly 90% of all Ayurvedic medicines for fever. That's just how essential it is. And here's an amazing piece of history that just speaks volumes about this plant. The ancient surgeon Sushruta actually used Guduchi's aerial roots as surgical thread. Wow! And it wasn't just because they were strong, but because Guduchi also has these potent wound healing properties. So it was like a two-for-one deal, helping the surgical site heal even faster.
Okay, so that's all the amazing ancient wisdom, but how does that actually translate to today? Let's explore how we can apply these traditions in some simple, really practical ways.
So you're probably wondering, how can I actually use this at home? Well, the most common and traditional way to take Guduchi is by making a simple herbal decoction, which is known in Ayurveda as a kashiyam. And it's really straightforward to make.
And it is incredibly simple to prepare. You just combine the stem powder with water, bring it all to a boil, and then you just let it simmer until the liquid is reduced by about half. You strain it, and that's it. You're done. The key thing to remember is that it's always best to make it and drink it fresh to get all those benefits.
And what's really cool is that you can customize this basic recipe. For example, for vata-related issues like arthritis, it's often combined with ghee. Or, to help with constipation, it's traditionally mixed with jaggery. Think of these as little tweaks that help direct the herb's actions exactly where they need to go in the body.
Of course, just like with any potent herb, it's super important to be aware of the right way to use it and to understand the precautions.
So the bottom line here is you just need to be mindful. Because it can lower blood sugar, people with diabetes should definitely use it with caution and under supervision. It's also best to use it during pregnancy only with the doctor's okay. And honestly, the best rule of thumb is to always talk to a healthcare professional before adding any new herb to your routine.
So our little journey with Guduchi, the nectar of life, shows us a plant with a truly deep and versatile history. And it really leaves us with a pretty compelling question, doesn't it? As we're all searching for modern solutions to our health challenges, how much can we learn from the ancient wisdom that's literally been growing all around us this whole time?